Hi everyone, welcome to Advice to Think Twice. I hope you're doing well. We're going to have a look and see what's going on for us at the time you watch this video, what the day brings. And as always, just keep an open mind. Take what resonates as it resonates with you. Keep an open mind on timing. And thank you all very much for your likes, your shares, your comments, and your feedback, for subscribing, for your super thanks. I appreciate you all. Okay, let's have a look what's going on for my subscribers. What's the energy of the day? Well, we have the Six of Wands that flew out. We will take it. Success, recognition, confidence, being chosen, being selected, beating out the competition somehow, something being published. Great reception if you're the one putting stuff out there. I don't know. Okay, let's see. What does the day bring for my subscribers? What they need to know. Okay, and this one, 2 cards. Okay, we do as we're told. Oracle energy and advice for the day for my subscribers. What they need to know. Oracle energy and advice for my subscribers for the day. Okay, well that's more than 2, so that and that. Okay. All right, so let's see what we have going on. First card representing the influence of the past on our current situation, what has happened before, or it could be as you're starting the day. Okay, we have the Devil. With the Devil, I think we're good. I don't have to cover anything, right? Don't get me started on YouTube. The Devil can be obsessive energy, but it just depends. We'll see what the other cards are saying, because sometimes obsessive energy is what's required to get something over the line. It's intense focus, it's soul focus. Other times it may be detrimental, okay? But the Devil energy here just talks about, it's Capricorn energy as well, so it's just seeing something through, just putting one foot in front of the other. It could be, there is an aspect of, I feel like I have no choice, but whether we're telling ourselves that or someone else is telling us that, that could, you know, it's different energies, isn't it? It's a different attitude. If we're telling ourselves, I have to get this done, there's no way around it, there's no doubt about it, this is what's happening, I refuse to back down, versus someone's telling you, you got to get this done, and you're feeling like there's a lot of pressure and that's a lot of stress, but at the same time, I need to get it done apparently, right? So let's see what else we have in today's energy. Okay, we have the Nine of Swords. Okay, tricky energy, tricky energy. This talks about fear. This talks about fear that's holding us back from something. It's inner doubt, insecurity that's taking over and starting to color our reality. But it's not accurate with the Nine of Swords. So whatever it is you're fearing is going to happen in a situation, it's not going to happen. It's just fear. And I would also ask you to just check, is that your fear or is it someone else's fear placed upon you that you feel the pressure of? Because this could be fear of disappointing someone, fear of letting someone down. But ask yourself, is that your responsibility to bear? You know? This is where we put unrealistic expectations on ourselves because of other people, right? I can't take a break for myself because they're waiting for me to complete this for them. But that's not your work to do, or that's not your responsibility. And yet somehow either you offered to help or they just placed it on you and you felt like you had no choice but to help, right? And then it's a case of, I'm really tired, I'm drained, I'm exhausted, I cannot go on. But they're waiting for this, so I can take a break, right? It's an unhealthy situation. Where's it gonna go? Well, okay, we have the Nine of Cups. And with this, what they're saying is a little bit what we were talking about before. This energy is what we're working with, okay? A bit of obsessive energy is the only word that comes to mind. And even if it is fear coming to the surface, even if it is insecurity coming to the surface, we have a choice. We always have a choice. Regardless of what anyone says, we always have a choice. Now, in this instance, the choice is when this comes up, anything that's obsessive, anything that feels like it's too much, overwhelming, overbearing, it destabilizes us. It could be because of a person, it could be because of a situation, or it could be, again, something internal that's coming to the surface as a result of external pressures. We have a choice. Where are we going to put that energy? Because it needs to come out. Trying to suppress it is going to end up, it's going to come out in our subconscious. If we try to suppress it in our conscious, run away from it, hide it, avoid it, distract ourselves with other things, it's going to come out one way or another. So we can either let it come out however it comes out and create all sorts of damage that it doesn't have to. Do you see what I mean with the Nine of Swords? Or we could channel it and turn it into a productive energy and get something achieved, get something accomplished, get something conquered. Okay? This is also if you are dealing with something with a lot of moving pieces and it's complicated and it's starting to feel like it's too much. Okay? Because we slip into the Tower energy. After the Devil comes the Tower. And what does that mean? How does that happen? Well, it's when we start obsessing, the Devil with the Nine of Swords energy. If this happens, then that's going to happen. If that happens, then that's going to happen. If that happens, that's going to happen. And we built this tower on if this happens. That if may never happen. Do you see what I mean? And that's a lot of energy and potentially a lot of anxiety that comes from us building that tower, because we just build something up in our heads more and more. That's not real. And yet it can cause a lasting damage. If it's to our confidence or if it's to a situation, because we freak out and we feel like we may walk away from something too soon because we've freaked ourselves out. We psyched ourselves out because we overthought it, right? Or we feel like this is going to go wrong. Oh my God, I need to correct. And we do things that are not necessary but may actually damage the process and set us back a few steps, or just take something off the table altogether. Do you see what I mean? So it's let's see the Oracle energy. We have official things. And again, this is to do with responsibility, things that are official, things that are known, things that are public, things that are written down, okay, paperwork, laws, rules, regulations, and restriction. Look at it. This one flew out in reverse. I don't know if you saw that. I turned it around and I made a note of it, that it flew out in reverse. So again, we have a choice. Something can be a restriction, Nine of Swords, or something can free us from restriction. We can break free from a restriction. We can overcome. So be mindful today. Something's coming up that it's potentially destabilizing. Either you're told you have to get this done in this amount of time and you're freaking out. Because it's like, I didn't see this coming. I didn't expect this. I do that sometimes. I'm not prepared. I wasn't prepared for this. I don't even know what you need from me, and yet I'm expected to make this commitment. I don't know what I'm committing to, so that puts a lot of pressure on me and it stresses me out. We could stress out and spend our day reeling, right, in that loop. Or we could take a breath and we can get organized to the point where, okay, anything else goes on pause while I figure this out. That zoning in, soul focus / obsession, right? Everything else goes out the window. I'm only focused on this. Until I figure it out, until I understand what's required, until I have a plan. And once I have a plan, that's fine. I'm good. I can get it done. Once I know what I'm doing, right? So if something seems overwhelming and overbearing and like it's too much, and you don't even know what it is exactly, you're making assumptions, remember, right? A, double check your assumptions. Make sure they're correct. Or B, just get the facts. Don't assume anything. Just get the facts. It could be something that is brand new, completely different. You've never seen this before, never done this before. And now you're told this is what you have to do. You're going to freak out, right? I would. But again, it's a case of, well, okay, why are you freaking out though? What is it that scares you? Well, it's the unknown, because you don't know what it is. And there's expectations attached to it they're placed on you, and you're not sure what even is expected of you in the situation. Take a breath, ground yourself somehow, anchor yourself in reality, not the assumptions and the fantasy and the fear, okay? And just start pulling at that thread. Tell me more about it. What does this mean? Put a list of questions down, and then just go through your questions one at a time. And it's actually going to turn out to be something really, like a really good opportunity. Okay? So something's coming out of left field, but it's a really good opportunity. It's not going to look like it when it comes in. There's a forceful aspect to it that's going to put your back up, and it's going to make you freak out, because it comes with demands or expectations. Okay? Or, like I say, this is something that creeps up to the surface to do with insecurity, fear, anxiety. The opportunity is to let it come to the surface and handle it in a productive way, rather than avoiding it, rather than trying to numb yourself, rather than trying to distract yourself and look at something else. To look at it in a productive way. What is this trying to tell me about myself? Why did I have this reaction? What did I have this reaction to? Where does that come from? What do I need in the situation to feel stable again? What would help me feel stable again? And then just go get that thing. Do you see what I mean? It doesn't have to be a mess. It doesn't have to be complicated. We make it complicated because there's a fear to it. And when there's fear, we just go in hyper mode, and everything that twitches, we see it as this big shift and this big movement. You know what I mean? And it's not. It's just that we're dealing with the unknown, or we're dealing with the uncomfortable. But that's an opportunity. We can freak out about it, or we can get comfortable with the uncomfortable until it becomes comfortable. Okay? And I know this is easier said than done, but it's not that complicated either. Be mindful of what you're telling yourself. It's not that complicated. Whatever this is, whoever this is about, whatever's coming to the surface, whatever the event is that is taking place, if it's in the form of someone demanding something from you, if it's in the form of someone putting a deadline on you, if it's in the form of someone putting any sort of pressure on you, or you putting pressure on yourself somehow, or you feeling inadequate somehow because you want something but you feel like you can't even go for it because you feel inadequate, okay, take notice and get a hold of that and just look at it. It's not that complicated. Okay? Do something to ground yourself so that you know you're in the realm of reality, not thoughts and fears, more importantly. And then just look at it. Where does that come from? Who told me that? Why do I feel that way? What would I need to feel better about this? What's the information that would make me feel secure with this? Do you see what I mean? And it's a really big opportunity to, like I say, achieve something, overcome something. I see like jumping levels. So if, for example, someone's offering you a job, and they're kind of pushing you into it a little bit, right? And you feel like I've never done that before. I don't even have a clue what that is. It comes with a lot of responsibility. What the hell do you want from me? Why are you pushing me into this, right? Why are you guiding me towards this and kind of not so gently nudging me towards it, right? And we can really freak out and push this opportunity away just because we're restricting ourselves. Or we can look at it and sit with that person and go, wait a minute, what do you even think I can do this in the first place? What is it that, and like, tell me more about it. I don't even know what that means. Just reading the job description. So how am I going to be able to do this job? And number one, why did you think of me for this job? What told you I could even do this? It's nowhere close to my realm. And you can sit together. And sometimes it's a case of just redefining things. This is what it says in the job description. This is what it actually means. Looking at your resume, you've done that. You've done that kind of stuff. You've got transferable skills, right? And it just gives you that reassurance, and it gives you that sense of comfort and, okay, it's not that bad. It's not that complicated. It's not really that different. I can transfer these skills, this knowledge, this information. It's the same thing, kind of. And it could be an amazing opportunity for you to get to a level of career progression or financial benefits and rewards that you've never been at before, right? Whatever's happening, it's something that makes you feel like you're not ready for it or you're not good enough for it. And that's where you have to catch yourself. And instead of spiraling, take a breath and just look at it. Ask questions. Untangle the mess with facts, with information, okay? Not assumptions, okay? And I really feel like this is an amazing opportunity. And it's the kind of thing that you would never go for in a million years. It's the kind of thing that you tell yourself, I'll do this when I'm ready, and yet you're never going to feel ready. It's that situation. And if it's coming up now and the way it's coming up, like it's really in your face, which is where the forceful aspect comes from, it's just that it's in your face, and it's something that you can't seem to run away from and you can't seem to avoid. And that's why, it'll feel a little forceful. But if it's here now, it's because you're ready for it. Do you see what I mean? So I really hope that helps. Let's see your fortune cookie message. Opportunities, I'm telling you. A stranger is about to change your life. Exciting times and plenty of action, plus a special family reunion looks likely. You've got this amazing opportunity. And love life at the bottom of the deck. Affairs of the heart could cause future problems, but take heart as difficult situations will be resolved by a good decision this week. Now, this could be for some of you who are struggling with something to do with your love life. Either you want to break free from something and you're like, it's too complicated, it's too messy, I can't do it. And then it's a case of, well, sit with yourself. Why do you feel like you can't do it? What is it really that's tying you to this situation? What is it really that you can't cut ties with? There's always a solution. There's always a way out. You just have to look for it, right? Because for some of you, you feel stuck and bound to something, but at the same time, you feel like, well, I can't leave. Why can't you leave? Well, because, we've done this so many years, and look at all those reasons that are actually going to turn out to be more excuses than reasons, okay? And I'm just saying that because we have the Nine of Swords and the Devil here. Because at the end of the day, the bottom line, what you want, you already know what you want. You know you don't want to be there, okay? And you want something else for yourself. And you don't have to explain yourself, and you don't have to defend yourself, right? If that's one of those reasons, what are people going to think? I'd encourage you to look at that. Do you really care? Does that really matter? Whose life are you living? If you want to start something and you're telling yourself, I can't because it's too messy, it's too complicated, too many changes would have to happen. They probably don't even look at me like that. They probably don't even think of me like that. Have the conversation. Get the facts, get the information. Make sure that what it is that you're thinking has some sort of fact based in reality. Do you see what I mean? Same thing if it's job. Same thing if it's any sort of partnership, any sort of association and coming together with another person, group, organization. Okay? Because I see this could be for some of you feeling stuck, trapped, and you're telling yourself, I can't go. I'm restricted because of this policy, because of this promise, because of this commitment, because of these expectations, because this is what people know of me. But you're miserable. So I would ask you who you're living your life for. What truly matters to you? What truly makes you happy? Because it's here, it's right in front of you. And you just have to decide what has priority. Do you have priority in your own life? Does your happiness matter? It's not complicated. It might not necessarily be easy, but it's simple. It's not complicated. We just have to be honest with ourselves, get real with ourselves, get out of our heads, and stop listening to whoever else we're listening to that's making us feel this way. And then either get an impartial opinion or just really get honest with yourself, right? Because you already know what's important. You already know what matters. You already know you have an opportunity that would truly make you happy. You already know it. You see it. Why are you telling yourself you can't go for that? You see what I mean? When it's clearly right here for you because it's meant for you. Okay? So that is what I have for us today. Interesting message. Let me know how you resonate with it. I really hope it helps, okay? Because we do find ourselves in these situations a lot. And it just takes a little bit of reframing, rethinking, creating different patterns and different behaviors to just kind of switch this mindset. And you'll be surprised how much easier things get when we can make this switch in this thought process. Okay? So I really hope this helps. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.